Tack för hosten, Hivan. Du var snabb. Hey, Sergeant. Lunaticus, good evening. I'm gonna try to do a little tutorial for the Deathless categories. No running as of now. I might do a run later. Thank you for the bits, Sergeant. So we'll see what... I haven't really planned this out, but I'm gonna try to talk my way through the Deathless run and talk about both any percent and 100%. Because even though the routes differ a little bit, they're mostly the same. So I guess we can start right away. Just try to do this. I'm using a power pack, so I'm gonna be able to use save states. The first thing to do is same as in all keys. Just go into this cave, and you know, I used the same strat as I use in all keys. Other runners, oh my god, that was bad. It doesn't really matter though. So, you don't need a P-bag, that's the biggest thing in the beginning. Just go through this cave, kill the enemies. If you get the P-bag, you get attack 2 a bit sooner, which helps. Hey J-Blue! Let's do that. And I don't know why this happens, but my save states kind of screws up the graphics for some reason. So there are a few ways to do this cave too. I'm gonna do a pretty safe. That's one way you can do it. Skip the life level up. Oops. Avoid the boomerang. Grab the statue. On the way out, just hope that the bat doesn't spawn in your face. He can follow you all the way into the cave. So that's a safe way to do it. I can do that one more time. Just jump, beam, jump and just stab this guy. Whoops. That was not the way I was supposed to do it, but you get the point. On the way out, you can throw a beam if you have it to try to protect yourself. And out. I'm gonna try to show you a little bit of a faster strat too. Can do the same in the beginning, kill this guy, and then beam, and turn around and kill that guy like that. Now I got hit. I think I know why that happens. You should try to slide as much as you can into that, into the statue, because then you're more protected against the boomerangs for some reason. I don't know why. Is killing the gorilla bad? It messes up your small 6 count a bit, so the gorillas in Jump Cave might be the drop if you kill that first gorilla. So anyway, on with it. Just do the same as you would in all keys. And notice now, I skipped the shield spell, as for now, because it's faster. You can grab it right away if you want to use it in Death Mountain, but it's really not worth it, since it's better to just cast Life Spell instead. So you just go and get the jump spell here. So I usually grab shield on the way to Palace 1. And on the way to the hardest part in the beginning of the run. Let's make a save state here. Back. And in this, it's pretty hard to describe what I'm doing. It's basically just watch and try to copy what I do. I'm gonna do it a couple of times so you can see. Leave this guy alive. And kill this one. Kill this one. Kinda like that. Alright, I cast jump here. And the idea is to stun one of the bats that flies down on you. And then just keep walking. Like that. And here, if you check the... if you don't have beam here, you jump and stun one of the bats that flies down too. And if you have beam, you jump from a different place. So, right there, when the blocks disappear to the left, that's when you jump without beam. Now he wasn't there, so it worked out anyway. But I'm gonna try to get to that place with beam too, so you can see. Kill this guy. Leave this guy. Alright, we have beam. Maybe I should make a save state here. Let's do it like that. Back again. So same thing. You stun the first bat and keep walking. Oopsie. Good idea to cast jump first. So stun this guy. And right there, when like one tile is still visible on the left, you jump with beam. Stun it like that. Not a big deal, but I wanted to show you how I do it. And here you just use the same strats as you would in all keys. And that was terrible. Let's do that again. I did that wrong again. What's wrong with me today? Alright, you get to see the cave last room one more time. Let's make a save here too. Just do the same strats. And hope for good spawns. I'm not gonna talk too much about, you know, where those... Okay, that was the draw. That's another thing. I usually want to kill at least one enemy before the Death Mountain, one small enemy, because the drops are in the right place that way. That way I can maximize the experience I get in that mountain. What was I gonna say? I'm not gonna talk about the small things like fetch questing and stuff. Because I would imagine that if you want to pick this category up, you have done... Whoops! That was not good. Let's do that again. Oh man. I would assume you have done one of the easier categories and know what this is about. Oh man. Probably a bad idea to save right here, but whatever. So I tried to kill one enemy here and get the drop to happen right before Lifetown. Then I get experience from all of the Octoroks in the second room of Death Mountain, I think it is. Yeah, it's the second room. And those guys are 10 points each, so that's that helps. And I should say that too, the biggest thing in this category is to keep track of your big 6 counts, the big enemies that drop red jars or 200 point bags. And in that mountain you have 2 chances of, I mean you have 2 big drops happening there. And you want at least one of them to be a 200 point P-bag. And one more thing, if you get a 50 bag in the first magic cave, try to not pick up another one in that mountain. You might get too much experience. And actually same with the 200 bags. You only want one of them. You know what? What? Oh man, did I? Oh wow. Alright, bear with me. Alright, now I didn't get a kill on the bridge, but that's fine. It's doable. I have to redo this whole town. That was stupid of me. The reason you don't want to pick up too much experience is you need magic level ups to happen at certain places in this run. Just because we're skipping a lot of keys, and you can't, obviously you can't death abuse to refill a magic. Hey, thanks for the 100 bits, Lunaticus. Thank you very much. So that's what makes this run pretty rough to run. I mean, you take the wrong level at the wrong place, you might blow the whole run. which I have done multiple times. So, we're here again. If you lost any life at all, refill. Use the life spell and refill here before refilling the magic too. Alright, so let's do this. First room here. There's a few ways to do this. You can do it pretty safe, you know, just use beam sword and beam all these enemies. Because it can be pretty tricky. So if you're doing your first attempts and just trying to get through the run, it might be worth doing this in the first room, just so you can, you know, get through. Like that. That's a really safe way to doing it. You can be more aggressive, like that, and just keep jump stabbing these guys. The problem you saw right there, you might get a lot of lag, and it's can get hard to kill all the enemies. But yeah, that's basically it. And don't be afraid either of losing, you know, taking a hit or two. You can still get through. It's not too far to the first life level up. So that's the reason I wanted to kill an enemy before that mountain. That first Octorok now was the drop, so I didn't get the experience from him. And here is the only big enemy, basically, that you leave alive. That's Gria. That was pretty sloppy. Oh, why am I not saving between the rooms? So yeah, these bots are really random and can really trip you up. And right there, now I got the drop before before leaving that room. So now all these guys are gonna be experienced, which is nice. And maybe I should talk about that too. You can do these Octoroks safe or not, you know. You can just wait for each of these projectiles. And you take attack 2 here. That's the first level up you take. And as I said, this Gria is the first big enemy you skip, and the only one in that mountain. And you can kill that guy too for extra experience. Let's do that room one more time, and do it a bit faster. Oopsie. No, since the drop is gonna happen on one of the Gurias in Jump Cave. So that's the reason why, basically. So yeah, onward with this room. This room is one of the trickier ones. You can either do this, if you have beam, there is a fast way to do it. I'm gonna try to. You can do it like that. Take a bop, doesn't matter. And you can kill this guy however you want. If you want to eat, oh right. And this is where you usually take the life level up on this guy. you don't want to do it like that, you can do it safe. Just, you know, do it like this and beam that guy. The biggest thing is to not leave all the guys alive, since that you risk despawning the Dyra at the end of the cave. So just kill a couple of the guys like that. And take the life level up here. This room is not a big deal. Everybody knows about this. Just walk through. Try to protect yourself against the rocks. This room right here is one of the hardest ones, I would say. Watch what that bot does when you enter. Skip and skip. And you're through. That went pretty well. You can get a lot worse patterns out of that. This looks weird. So, if you want to do this safe, wait on this bot, see what he does. Skip, skip. And go through. I don't know if I can explain so much more about that room. Just, you know, try to see what the bot does. This is one of the worst things he can do. Oh man. Oh my god. Yeah, that can happen. And there's really not much you can do about it when those bots jump down on you. Hey GTM. You could, but then you wouldn't get the kill. You would mess up the 6 counts. If you don't kill that guy. So, now he jumped down. You know, try to watch the floor on both the bridge and the... you could, but then you would get less experience than by doing this strat. And if you cast jump here, you wouldn't be able to cast life later on. And that might be necessary. So, you know, just watch the floor, both on the bottom and on the bridge, so you can see where the bots are, what way they're walking. This room is one of the worst too. There's a blue gorilla right here. That's basically the safe way to kill him. Just jump. Oh, you're right. There's a red jar. You're totally right. I forgot. You could do that. I guess if you get a 50 bag in the beginning of the run, you could do that strat. You would have much more experience. A bit riskier way. Whoops. That was not the riskier way, but that worked, I guess. The riskier way would be to go for the double hits. You always risk getting hit by that bat up there. And coming up here is a bunch of bats and an orange Dyra. That was a weird spawn for that guy. What the? Alright. Let's try that again. What the? going. Jump for him. Just kill him. I mean, if you have played this game enough, you know how this room works. Here's the first room with the big drop. This next guy is gonna be a big drop. That was a teabag. That's the drop you want. Gets an early attack 3 and basically guarantees that you can continue. Oops. I guess I can redo the first room. There are a few bots, but if you played all keys or other categories, you know how this room is lined up. Okay, got the teabag again. And this room is basically the same. There are a few bots that usually jump right in your face. Yeah, that's basically it. There's a red jar here. Use life and refill if you need it. I guess I can cover that later. So, Hammer Cave. I usually stop about here and wait for him and go back a few steps. Because I don't want to push him into that narrow where there's a low ceiling. Don't know if I even tried to kill him right away with double hits. Nope, that's what I mean. It's easy to push him too far. So stop a bit in, take a few steps back, and you're fine. Jump there. If you want to do it a bit safer without double hits, lure him back. Just do jumping crouch stabs. Jump beam. Okay. Like that. Let's do it one last time. Jump beam. Jump beam. I should have, you know what? Let's do that instead. Like that. Okay. So this room, jump, jump, and beam. Most of the time, you will get all of those cats, jumping cats. Jump, jump. You gotta watch their position a little bit, and you'll learn where to cast the beam. You might miss them every once in a while, but it's not a big deal. You can take them out on the way out later. And just kill that guy like that. Oh my god, did I? Okay. Here's a red Dyra right here. I don't know if the easiest way is to just, when you see that wall right there to the left, turn around a little bit and just kill him. It's the same thing like with the first room. You don't want to push him too far to the right. let him walk out a little bit. And this is important too. When you kill this guy, don't walk off the screen before the points starts to tally up. If you do that, the enemy is not considered dead. And this room is the same as in all keys, you know, just wait to see what that Mew is doing and just jump over him. And this is gonna be your next drop, the next enemy. If you didn't get the P-bag on the first one, you really want one here. And there's a red Dyra, just kill him as usual, however he wants. And there's the hammer. And since I got the first P-bag, I'm not gonna get this one, because that will give me too much experience. And the rest of this cave is just walk out, basically. If there were any jumping cats left here, you can just stop and beam them if you have beam. Otherwise, just if you want to be safe, just stay there and stab them. Wait for them to jump into you and stab them. This next room can be a bit tricky too, if because the loaders, or louders, however they're pronounced, are there, and there are two Aikmen flying down from the ceiling. So what I usually do is beam, jump back like that, and then beam this guy if he flies to the left. Another way would be to jump into him, double stab him, and kill these guys on the floor if you want, and then just jump in like that. Not a big deal actually. Then just grab this magic container, and hopefully here you have full life and full magic. If everything has gone according to plan. And then just do the same strats as you would here in all keys, however you want to do it. Wait a minute, this side, maybe I should do it like that. This room is not a big deal. You can full jump here, full jump, short jump, full jump, short jump. Do a little hesitation like that and jump and stab him. That's how I do it. Works all the time. If you do it want to do it without stopping, oops, hard to talk while you do this. If you want to do it without stopping, you can crouch jump stab the last guy. As you see, that's why I'm not doing it. It's easier in what am I doing? I'm screwing up here. So if you want to do that, it's usually not hard, but you know, you do it like that. This bridge, now as you see, my experience is 642. If it were a bit lower, like 600 or below, I would kill this first red guy just to get some more experience. Because ideally you want to take attack 4 in Medicine Cave. And if you're around 600, you might not get it. So that's my advice. Otherwise, just jump in. Let go of the D-pad as you jump, and you shouldn't take a hit. And this screen is just as normal. Just kill this guy. That's horrible. So let's hope I don't die in the cave. No. Oh my god. And here you do the same thing as you do in all keys. Just take an encounter to the left of the boulder. Just walk like this without stopping. And you should get to the cave without encounters. Let's do a save state here. And this cave can be a bit tricky. It's pretty hard to describe how to do it. Just, you know, you gotta get a feel for when the trollfish are gonna spawn. And in here, there are 3 Dyras, 1 orange and 1 red one. And, you know, kill them however you want. And there's attack 4. Hey, Enchantress of Numbers with the big host. 19 viewers. Thank you for that. So there are a couple of ways. But as I said, you gotta get the feeling for when the fish are gonna spawn. And then these guys, you can do safe kills on these guys too if you want. Whoopsie. That's not safe. So if the fish spawns in front of you, you gotta know when they spawn, so you can kill them. I'm doing the same thing again. Let's do the save state here. If you don't get the 200 bag, if you do any percent Deathless, hey Nintendesi, hello. If you don't get the 200 bag, in any percent it's a reset. I mean, you can continue, but then you're gonna have to spend time, either get some P bags on the overworld or kill some skull bubbles in Palace 1 to get the experience. If you do 100%, you can continue, but you still need some luck in Palace 1 if you do that. So 100% is a bit better for you know, RNG wise at the beginning. Nah, fight Dyras in the cemetery. Nah. In my opinion, it's better to farm the skull bubbles. It's too risky going into the graveyard. Alright. So I'll talk about it when we get to Palace 1. So, you know, just fight these guys however you want. And take attack 4. If you don't get enough for attack 4 here, you gotta be careful in the next room, because those jumping fish, skullfish, those drain your experience. But it's usually not a big deal. So that was the medicine needed for the next town. Oops. And this is what I mean, you need to know when those skullfish spawn. Here I got a good spawn, I think. You know, just avoid those encounters, as you would in all keys. And if you're low on life here, don't use life spell, because then you're gonna have to go grab magic from the magic lady before going into this house or the church. You can take the 1-up tile. It really doesn't matter. but it's a bit faster going straight down. And since you don't need the lives in a Deathless category, but yeah, you can absolutely do that. It makes it a bit shorter way to the grass from the swamp. And use the magic here to refill how much you want. And then you go in here to grab the fairy spell. Yeah, Deathless category. Oh, oops. Queue up fairy. Because that's the next spell that we're gonna use. For the next part here, since this is 100%, we're gonna grab all the hearts. Oops. And the heart cave in 100% all keys. You can choose what you want basically, if you want to do that before Palace 1 or if you want to do it just before you're going to Palace 2 as you would in all keys. My recommendation would be to do it after Palace 1, so you can use the normal manipulation out of the cave to go to Palace 2. So, the usual walk here. Sometimes you take an encounter, sometimes you don't. It's RNG. We're gonna have another spawn up here. Go in here to grab shield. Hey, platypus! Sensei. I don't know about that. Obviously, in any percent Deathless, you wouldn't go into this town. But that's a nice thing about 100% Deathless. The late game becomes much more bearable in this category, or in 100% than any percent. Alright, nice. Of course I get that spawn. And this cave, you know, there's one enemy here. Skip him or kill him, it's up to you. And this works just as all keys. Set up the bubble skip just as you would in that category. That's news to no one, so... Whoopsie! You know what, let's redo that. So, there's basically two ways to do this. Just use the normal strat like that. But, as you saw, you might get trolled. If you want to do it a bit safer and have full life, kill him first and go get the hearts. Doesn't waste that much time. And on this screen, just pray for a good bubble pattern and just go through. And it's the same strat as usual, right here. So, Palace 1. Here's where the routes... Why did I... Yeah, okay. Okay. Here's where the routes change if you play any percent or 100%. You don't get the key to the left here, you just go straight to the right. Kill this guy, cast fairy. And just fairy this room. Not a big deal. Wait a minute. I want to redo this. Here's your first drop of the palace. Now we got a 200 bag, which means we take a magic level up to get our magic back. A red jar would have been preferred, but you know, can't have everything. And this room is news to no one either. Just do your usual strat here. I wonder what the best thing here to do is. Oh wait, I can't choose. That's right. Just kill this guy, fairy, grab the candle. The bad part about getting that P-bag drop in the beginning is now I really need the last drop of the palace to be a red jar. Otherwise, it's basically reset. If you don't want to go get a key, and we don't want that. And these rooms are not news either. I don't have to show you what those are about. Just keep killing enemies since you need the last drop. Not really sure where the drop is now. I think it's this guy, right? Yeah. And now it's a P-bag, so now we can't continue. Now we don't have any magic to ferry through the door in here. So gotta hope for better luck. P-bag again. You know what, let's about 50-50. Like you see here. Are you kidding? No jars. What the hell? Whoops. And still a P-bag. Really? This is what happens when you're gonna show how this run works. There it is. fairy here just before you get the experience, so you can use your magic level up to fill up the magic. That's the optimal way to do that. Get a red jar and save your magic level up to this. The same strat is going to be used both in... no, not in Palace 2 in this category. But in Palace 3 it's the same thing. And if you accidentally take a level up in here, it's over. It's a reset. So here you can choose either to fly under that jumping guy, the gorilla, or just ferry through him. And Horsehead needs no introduction. It's the same fight as always. I messed up there. I didn't get enough experience. Ay ay ay. Gonna do this again. Wow. Jesus. Have to redo this, I guess. That's what you gotta get, you know, you gotta keep track of your experience. You need 50 experience, or 250 experience before walking into Horsehead. Oops. Whoops. There will be a test. Just because I was worried not that I got too much experience before the door. It wouldn't have mattered, but I don't think. But that's just the way I do it. Just so I don't cross the threshold of the experience. So I have to kill both. Alright, that's why. Okay. Whoops. That was bad. Alright. I have to walk back to fight this orange guy too, to get enough experience. That happens sometimes. So now my big 6 count is at 2. That's important too, for the next palace. Whoops. Like that. Queue up fairy. And just do the same strat as you would in all keys. Walk into the cave. attack 5. I really should have... No, I didn't... Okay, whatever. So now my count is at 3. Here you can choose to fairy the heart if you want. I choose to use to keep the magic for now, in case I get hit on the way to Palace 2. And that manipulation is known to everyone. It's the same as in all keys. Take an encounter to the road. Hey, El Gordo! And in here, just hope for good spawns and just try to make it through the swamp. It's a gamble, however you do it. My power pack is acting up. I choose to kill this guy to keep my 6 count in check. My count should be at 4 right now, so I'll show you what's going on later. Because you want the 6 count to be at 5 when you exit this palace. And this room is... you can choose to do this room safe too. Just, you know, beam those guys before going onto the bridge. And this should be enemy 5. And this should be 6. That's how I want my drop to be in any percent Deathless too, so that's nice. But basically you can set up the count however you want. The important thing is that the count is at 5 when you exit this palace. So you kill both of these red guys in here. And fairy, and take the life level up. You can delay that life level up if you want and take it later, but I like to take it as soon as possible. Yeah, it's really acting up here. Grab this P bag if you want, you don't need it. You're gonna have enough experience as it is. Since I have 2 big kills now, I usually go for the one down this elevator. And oops. You see there, you can kill him like that if you miss the second hit. Whoops, I did it again. But it's it's usually not a big deal to kill him. Stab him once, turn around. What the hell? Now I'm just being stupid here. Like that. That's usually how I kill him. If you miss it, you can just, you know, if you hit him once, and you can keep going if you want, and kill this guy instead. And just keep going. And skip this guy, jump over him and downstab him. That works too. it's just a bit faster to have this guy killed. Then you can skip both of these guys without stopping. Nice bone controller, dude. I didn't see that. Okay, this room. Just skip these enemies if your count is at 3. Pretty easy, just go through this room. The next room here, down the elevator, is can be tricky. You're gonna have both a bot and a red hammer thrower, so you can do it pretty safe if you want, or you can go, if the bot jumps at you, you can do a bit of a faster strat. That's not the faster strat, but the important thing is to kill that guy. And since we don't have any magic, go down here and get the red jar, like that. We're gonna see if we can get another pattern of that blue bot, so you can see how it looks too. There it is. You can jump and just kill him like that. And this room is not a big deal. Our count is at 4 now after that hammer thrower. Kill this guy too. And we're at 5. And that's what we want before the boss, basically. And this is, I should have saved there, but I can talk about it now instead. If you cast Fairy, when you're jumping and hold forward and you cast Fairy, those Iron Knuckles will always back away from you when you fly towards them. So that's a good way of it, just, you know, if they're under a ceiling or something, you can get rid of them just by flying at them. And the boss, you know, no big deal. Kill him however you want, your favorite way. And if you're having any questions about anything, just shout out and I will try to answer. Okay, so this thing is kind of important. It's you know, obviously, ideally we would skip all the encounters on the way to Palace 3 to do it as fast as possible, but there is an upside of getting 1 or 2 encounters on the way, and that's experience. Because experience is a kind of a big deal in Palace 3, which you'll notice later. And at the entrance of Palace 3, I'm gonna be talking a bit more about that, because Palace 3 is one of the trickier palaces to speedrun in this category, because depending on the drops you kill and leave enemies, you kill different enemies, you know, all depending on the drop. I chose to take the encounter on the road here. Just go down. Here you can choose to kill these enemies on the ground if you want some extra experience. And I would recommend that if you didn't get any encounters on the way. See, now I got a P bag out of this. A jar would have been preferable. I mean, if you get a P bag, it's basically faster, but it could kill the run later on. So just leave the cave, do the same strat as always. Get into the palace. Wait a minute, let's leave and do that. Just so we don't screw up the graphics. Alright, now we got a red jar in here. That's basically the way I would prefer it. But, alright, let's talk about that. If you get a jar in the cave, you're fine. Then you're basically guaranteed to be able to continue. If you get a pea bag and you get an iron knuckle in here, you're gonna have to rely on another red jar later on. You have 2 more chances of a red jar, and you need at least one of these 4 chances to drop a red jar. Otherwise, the run dies. So now we're fine. We got a red jar and an iron knuckle, right? No, we got a pea bag and a red jar. That's the way. So since we got a pea bag, this room differs from that too. You leave this guy if you got a pea bag. This guy you kill either way. Always kill this guy. And since we're a bit low on experience, let's kill a few of these guys too. Skip the first level up. And if you got a red jar in the cave, and you kill that first Doom Knocker that you saw, the first enemy in that room, you kill him if you get a red jar. Because that guy doesn't count towards the 6 count, so that's the reason behind it. Oops, let's do this too. Get this key. Now this might be messed up here. This guy, you kill either way. Whatever your drops were, or the iron knuckle in the entrance. Iron knuckle, red jar, you kill this guy no matter what. And you take life 4 when you reach that. Let's see here. I got a red jar in the statue, that's right. If you get a red jar in the statue, you skip this pea bag. If you get an iron knuckle in the statue, you get this one. You're gonna see why in the next room. Since I got a red jar, I needed one more enemy towards my 6 count, so I kill this guy instead. If you got an iron knuckle in the statue, you grab the pea bag but skip this guy. That's basically how it works. I know it sounds pretty confusing, but hopefully you get it. This guy, just kill him. And next room here, don't use any magic in this room. If you're nervous, just do this room safe. Stand here. Jump. Oh man. I don't know where I saved now. You know what, let's save here instead. That doesn't matter, we're still fine. So, let's do this room again. Don't grab the key. The reason we're not grabbing the key is because we want to ferry this item and grab the key on the way back. So kill this guy. Fairy queued up. Jackhammer and fairy and magic 3. So now we got full magic on the way back, and we're gonna grab a key. And on the way out here I usually use jump. You're gonna see how this room works. It can be a bit tricky with the iron knuckle in the room. Cast jump. Grab the key. reason I cast jump here is it makes the bots a bit more bearable. It's a lot easier to avoid getting hit by them if you use jump. Okay, missed it. So that's basically it. The next room is kind of interesting too. If you didn't get a red jar so far, you get a chance there, but we got an iron knuckle. That's supposedly a 50-50 chance too. But since we did get a red jar, we don't need it. And this is important too. You see my experience now is 258. Do not exit this room and continue on if you're lower than 249. Make sure you have 249 or more. Because otherwise you might have to reset at the boss. What the hell? So this is the next 6 counts. You got another red jar. So if you didn't grind for a P bag in the statue and you got 2 P bag drops, or no red jars at all here, your run is basically dead. You can't continue unless you go back and grind for a red jar in the dog head statue, which takes forever. But yeah, one of those 4 chances for a red jar. Just go down, use fairy, try to get the magic pixel if you can. I have no idea what's going on with my power pack now. It's acting up. Just fairy through this room. And this is... I should have talked about... Okay. Since I didn't get the P bag from that last drop, I'm gonna have to kill this blue iron knuckle. If I got a P bag, I could skip him. And what the hell is going on here? Everybody knows about the safe strats on this boss. Horror strats. Skip and skip. And we're done with Palace 3. And this is where the Deathless route and the all keys route starts to differ a lot. In all keys, as you know, you take attack 7. In Deathless, you take magic and life levels. And there are a few ways to do this. Simple does another strat here. He usually skips that guy, I think, and grabs a P bag on the way to Maze Island. But since I'm the one doing the tutorial, we're doing it my way. Kill that Gorilla. And here you take 2 life levels and 2 magic levels. And if you get lucky and get a 50 bag in this cave on the way out, grab that, because that's gonna help. I'm gonna show you why later. Let's go up into King's Tomb. Out again. Do your usual strat to avoid encounters. Yes, that's why you kill that gorilla. The big 6 count is a thing pretty much. Let's see. To Palace 4, basically. All the way through Palace 4. Let's see, what is it at? You know, I usually don't care about it because I learned what enemies to kill, but let's see. The drop happened there. Fairy there. The count should be at 2 right now. And of course, in any percent Deathless, we don't grab this spell. We go directly for the cave. And exit this town to the right. It's a shorter way than going to the left. Ew. And this cave, I don't know if we have to do it more than once, but you know, since we have the candle, just kill the small enemies, get some extra experience. And the usual dazzle walk here. Go into this hole, and different from all keys again, we kill this guy. Fairy the baby. And this is kind of interesting. When you exit this and go into the 1-up tile, because I want to set up the long dazzle walk, I don't grab the extra life since it takes a couple of seconds. What I do is this: jump it, wait, hesitate for a little bit, and then go out. What? Okay, that was bad. I walked too early. Jump the tile, go out. And that guarantees a good pattern from these guys. You get the same spawn as in all keys. Otherwise you might get a random walk, which is not very nice. And another thing, I go through this tile because you want a magic level up to happen at a certain place in Palace 4. So you need some extra experience going into the palace. Whoopsie. Just try to go through this without dying. If you take a few hits, doesn't matter. Just go through. Yeah, it should be at 3. Let's think. 1, 2. Yeah, it's at 3 entering Palace 4. Exactly. Refill life if you took any hits. And you know, fairy claws. Yep. You know, avoid the bubbles best you can. You can, if you get hit, use fairy and fly through. And of course, again, in any percent, we don't grab upstab. But since we're doing 100%, we have to. Burn! Nope. I don't drink as much beer as NES Martin. It was like going to the toilet every 10 minutes in a race. I have quite a lot of experience at the moment, so let's save here. Maybe I can say that now. You need at least 1240 before going into Palace 4, but preferably 1290. If you have less than 1290, you're gonna have to kill a Skull Bubble in Palace 4, which wastes a bit of time, so 1290 is to be preferred. I'm gonna try to skip this first encounter now, since I have quite a lot of... Nope, that didn't work. You know what, let's try to get that. Since I have a lot of experience... No, I'm messing up, come on. Alright. And we go through the second one, because it doesn't take that much time. You can go for the skip too, but there's no guarantee that you'll get it, so... You see I'm at 1298, which is very good. No! Okay. Here you just gotta try to avoid the encounters as best you can, just as in all keys. And pause buffering like that helps a lot. So you can see where they spawn, and you can tell where they're about to go. So ferry the magic container, since you get a refill straight away. I think if you do simple strats, you need 1310 before going into Palace 4. Because you get a bit different... You get a drop at a different place, and it yeah, it makes things different. And don't be nervous if you take a hit on the way. It's not a big deal. You don't really need beam in this palace. So, Palace 4. Don't kill this guy. You don't want to mess up the 6 count. Go right first. So the beginning of this is just as all keys. Very queued up. Skip this guy. He's gonna be killed later. You'll see why then. This is interesting. If you jump from the second tile from the right, you might get the ceiling walk. I didn't now, but you might get it. This guy you can kill either on your way in or out, doesn't matter. He doesn't count towards the 6 count. These guys you kill, so the count is at 5 now. Jackhammer, fairy, grab the boots. No need for explaining that, I think. Kill this guy. And that skull bubble right there you could kill if you had less than 1290 walking into the palace. fairy straight away here. And now we're gonna go right, and let's save here. Yeah, there is a little bit to talk about actually here, so I'm gonna try to show you both things. We got the red jar, that's what we want for speed. That's the perfect drop right there. We kill these guys. Whoops! This guy's trolling. And these guys were nice now. Fast jumps. Cast Reflect here to kill 2 of these guys. Parry this door. Queue up jump. Kill this guy, walk through, and take the magic level up. That's why the 6 count and experience are important. You take the magic level up just as you used up your last magic. So I'm gonna try to show you what it does if you get the wrong drop here. Nope. Oh man. If we get the bag here, there's a bit of a different strat when you take the level up. And of course this guy starts to troll. Hello. If you get the P-bag, you don't kill these Wizrows, you leave them alive. Because now you have to go outside and farm for a red jar in the statue, which obviously takes a lot more time. Now we got lucky. We can actually use life one time too, because we will have enough magic anyway. So, go down here, cast fairy. Oops. And here's another different thing. If you get the P-bag, you don't use jump in here. You don't get that key. You kill this guy, cast fairy, and get the level up. So that's an important thing. You gotta know what to do with what drop you got. So let's try to do it the fastest way. Of course we can't get the red jar now. Nope. Hey Vasilis, I'm not doing any runs right now. I'm doing a tutorial of the Deathless route. So just as normal, kill this guy. Queue up reflects. Thanks anyway though. Kill 2 of these guys. Fairy the store. Queue up jump. And level up. And the nice thing about getting a red jar, you know, aside from it being faster, is the fact that you get another big drop on in the basement. So you might get another red jar to refill your magic completely, so you get a shorter refill after the palace. So, fairy here again. Haha, YouTube. We'll see if I put it on YouTube. Now I got a P-bag. It doesn't matter though, because Reflect only uses 2 bars of magic, so you have enough either way. Oh man. So, the usual Karok fights. Sit in the corner, roll the dice. I gotta pick up my notes here. Hold on for a second. Da 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 da. Sorry for this. I can't find where I was here on the, in the notes. I think I'm gonna do the any % Deathless route. I think that's the safest way. Not exactly. We'll see later on if I what I'm gonna do in Palace 6. So just walk out, walk down to Palace 5. Grab the heart before or after the palace. I would recommend after, since you can do the river dance setup. Take life 7. I did kill, yeah, okay. Just walk straight, kill these guys however you want. No eco key in this category, because you don't need this key at all. You can just ferry this room. This room, next room is interesting. If you got the red jar, which we got now, we don't have to kill any extra enemies. You can just see what enemies I kill and do it like that. But if we got the wrong drop, we didn't kill the Wizrobes with Reflect. So now we gotta kill. We don't have to, but I prefer to make the 6 count the same every time. You have to kill 2 extra Iron Knuckles, and I prefer to kill 1 in this room and 1 in the item room. 1 red one here and the orange one in the where you get the flutes. So the route here is nothing. Wow, that's bad. It's nothing special really. What the? Don't need this key. Just wow. Blocks, please. Just kill the enemies in your way. One thing to be you have to be on point on. Don't cast life in this palace. If you do, you won't have enough for ferrying the last door. Or the second to last door, might be. Go down here. grab this key. This is a bit harder than in alt keys since you don't have attack 8. So use jump up there and kill that guy. It is a bit trickier with attack 6, but it's not a big deal. And you see that we're nowhere near a level up here, so you don't have to think about that for this palace. Just go down here, go towards the flutes. Queue up fairy here. This is what I do. If you got the, wrong drop in Palace 4, you kill this guy for your second extra enemy. And you draw this guy out a bit, so he's not in your way grabbing the flute. Fly out, no big deal. And this room can trip you up, so I guess kind of a backup. If you did cast life because your life was very low, there is a red jar in the room to the right here, in one of the ceiling blocks or whatever they're called. You can go get that one, but obviously it's gonna be a big time loss. Wow. What the? Okay. Hey, you gotta be careful now. Almost lost enough magic to not be able to cast fairy anymore. So just go left here, fairy the door. Grab this jar here and go upstairs. And this guy right here is the 6th enemy. That's why I like to keep the 6 count at the same place every time, so you get a big drop here every time. So you at least have a chance for a red jar. I didn't get it this time, but And this is the nice thing about, let's do a save state here. Nice thing about 100% Deathless is you can use shield here, because this boss is a dickhead. It's a pretty nice boss fight. That never happens in a run, but kill him in the way you want. Queue up fairy here. Go up for the hearts. Since I want all the magic I can have here, I'm gonna skip the magic level up. Cause I want a chance for attack 7 in Palace 6. And the usual river dance here. What the hell was that? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna give it a chance at least. You gotta see how it works. Whoops. What the? I guess I'll save before exiting the palace this time. Or before I leave the heart screen, that might be one way. Skip magic. Grab the hearts. Now I did it again. Why did I do that? Let's save here. Hey Zant, hey Jost. Take an extra step. Hesitate. Go. Got a random walk again, really? What's going on here? If you do this walk, and you should trigger an encounter on the next tile. And there you go, you got the skip to that first fence encounter. The so beloved one. Here you can do whatever you want actually, since you need the magic. You gotta get the magic key anyway. So it's a bit different from any percent. If you're doing any percent, I would not use any magic on these screens. I would ferry the Tektite cave, since that would be dark, and then use a life cast just before grabbing the last magic container. Go up here, into the swamp, and hopefully... Alright, we made it. Ah, come on. Oh, nice! Yeah, I heard about that. Since I'm not sure how much experience I need now for attack 7 in P6, I am gonna kill a few more enemies. Here you can refill life if you want. Hey Sant, thank you. Thank you for the biddies. Thanks a lot. Go in here to grab the spell, which optimally would skip in any percent Deathless. You would only get the magic container from the first house. Nice! Making progress. I'm glad I could help. A big difference in P6 also between any percent and 100% Deathless is of course that you don't have the magic key in any percent, so you have to rely on magic in that one to ferry through doors. In this one you can just open them as usual. Yeah, no worries. If I see you streaming, I'll gladly help if I can. And you get the last magic container in here. Oh, I could have ferried that one. You can use fairy to pick up that container too. I think I will kill this guy too, just to get me some more experience. The goal, if everything goes well, is to have attack 7 on Barba to make the boss fight a bit faster. Whoopsie, let's do that again. This is a setup you can do if you want to skip the encounters. Walk down to this tile, and if your timing is good, you can slink past them. They just followed me, not much I could do about that. You grab the heart in here, and we're off to the palace. Oh, that's no problem. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good evening, you too. So, just walk in here. Whoops. Kill that for some extra experience, I guess. I'm gonna kill this guy too. Here I'm gonna use jump. This is the downside. If I don't get a red jar, I'm probably gonna have to take magic 7 instead of attack 7. But that's no big deal. Then we'll just do the any percent deathless strats. Or leveling. This room in here is a bit different from all keys 2, since you can't kill this flying maw with one hit. Now I got the jar, nice. So here's a refight with Ribanak. Just do the safe strats if you're not comfortable with fighting him straight up. Jump the Canadian hole. Don't fall down there. It's not a good idea. This room can be a pain too. These wizards can spawn in pretty random places. They behave. This room right here can be a bit of a pain. You can do this strat. Whoopsie. Or you can do it like I do it. I usually just jump over the first time he spawns like that and do like this. So this palace is much more like all keys in this category. Let's grab that, by the way. If you get a blue jar, grab it, why not? And this room is pretty straight up. You can do it however you want. I usually do it like that to avoid getting hits. And, of course, the second refight with Ribbanak. Same thing. Use corner strats. Most of the time they work, but you can get tripped up. Here's your choice, basically. If you want to do the... you know, if you want more attack, you can take attack 7 here. Or, if you're low on magic and won't be able to parry, just take magic 7. Then you're fine, either way. But since I got the red jar, I'm good on magic, and I'm gonna use it for attack 7 instead. Oops. And if you're going with magic 7 here, you're just doing the any percent leveling. You get the 6, 7, 8. Now it's gonna be 7, 7, 7. So that's why I'm killing a few extra guys before the boss. You know what? I should have saved here. All right, whatever. Everybody knows about the strats. Either jackhammer or do the safe kill. It's pretty hard to do the safe strats and one cycle him with attack 7, but it is possible, I think. One big pro with having the attack 7 strats is that you can do what we do in all keys here, and ferry the first bridge. Since we're getting a magic level up anyway. Oh, okay. You can skip it and take it later, since it's only 5,000 points, but you can't kill these Moas fast enough with attack 7. So you won't be able to get as much experience in Valley of Death in this one as you do in all keys. At least I think it's like that. But that's, you know, it's up to you how you want to do it. If you want to take the magic level right away or delay it. I'm gonna use save states here because I don't have any lives left. So the bridges are just as normal. Ah. Ouch. That sucked. You know what? That's probably gonna mess up the encounters, but there's a few ways to do this. Either way, either you can do it, you know, the normal way, just take an encounter on the road, and then go for the skip. here you can refill if you want. You know what, let's do this first. You can do a slink. Like that, and then you don't have to take the road encounter. Now I got lucky and got a back spawn, but you can do a slink as I did on the way to P6. Grab that jar, leave the screen before it fills up, and you can use Fairy for free. You get a full refill anyway. That sucks. Oh my god, dude. What the? Did I? Did I despawn that guy? Was that because I ducked into the bridge and got an extra encounter or something? That was weird. Let's see if that makes any difference. No. What the hell? Oh my god. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to just go without the red jar for this time. You know how the Valley of Death works. Just go through as good as you can. What the? Oh my god. This is terrible. Are you fucking kidding me? What the hell is going on? Sorry for this. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna try to do it like this. Oh god, alright. Oh, fuck. Dang it. If you get a weird spawn, it might be better to just do that. Try to be safe. Oh, really? Wow! Got the weird frame rule. Oh well. Alright, good max. Not good max. Oh well. Hey, Drunken Swede. Alright, we're into GP, finally. So this is not it's not any weird things going on. Of course, we're not gonna get the level up, so we're gonna have to rely on the red jars to refill the magic. Oh, nice. I mean, the most important things I have gone over in the palaces, so this is just basically stay alive and hope for good jar luck. Optimally, you will only need one jar, but you might have to go for two, depending on how much damage you take on the way. It's a weird thing. I seem to have a better time with the dark Valley of Death than with the light. So this room just works as all keys, basically. Here you can queue up shield if that guy trolls you. God damn it. Nope, no drop. And the spicy chicken down here is the worst one of all. He can spawn pretty much wherever on this stair. Oops. The safest way in this room, I think, is just to kill these guys. Whoopsie. And that's the optimal thing, basically. You get the red jar there and be able to refill. Whoopsie. Wow. Oh my god. Well, you guys seen this room before, you know how it works. Bird Knight being a douche. And thanks to Life 7 and a lot of heart containers, you can take a few hits from that guy and it's not a big deal. Skip that guy as normal. Queue up shield here is probably the best way to, if the guy trolls you. No! Game ate my inputs. And because this is a Deathless category, in an attempt I wouldn't go for it, but if you want, you can waste a few seconds going here. Just grab the fairy. And since we have upstab in this category, we can just get rid of that guy. What the? That was a first. What happened there? And as you all know, in here, if you're low on magic or low on life, there is a possible jar in this block. Or it can be a Bird Knight. But if it's your first time going through this category, I would recommend filling up before Thunderbird. I'm not sure what strat I'm gonna use though. Guess I can try a few different ones if I make a save state. Oh, right. If I do reflect, I can't use anything else, right? Nope. You can either do this, just use reflect and thunder. Look at what I'm doing and just try to make him go in this pattern. Sometimes it messes up, but you can always fix it like this. And with attack 7, of course, it's a bit faster than in any percent Deathless when you have attack 6. Other strat you can use is jump and shield and thunder. It's a bit riskier. And I missed the first part. The good thing about reflect is that it shrinks Link's hitbox. But you know, for speed, if you do it good, jump is better. Nope. What the? Whoopsie. Yeah, this is not the fastest way, obviously. But with shield and life 7, you can take a few hits. It's not a big deal. You're fine. Let's do that reflect strat one more time. Whoopsie. Yeah, you see, with shield, without shield, you take quite a bit of damage. 3 bars of health. But yeah, just start Link left. And everybody knows about the strats. You can either just crouch in the corner and mash away. Almost guarantees a kill on him. But there is a faster strat if you get the timing down. Like this. Optimally you wouldn't miss a single hit. But, you know, it happens. And that's it. That's the Deathless route. So I don't know how many people will have any use of this, but hopefully it will help someone who wants to get into this category. Time is it? Yeah, I mean, you got pretty far without it, J-Blue, but I hope it will help with especially with the P3 route. You know, depending on the drop, you kill different enemies. But yeah, I'm looking forward to your runs. And one of the big things in P3 is that you skip the key going into the item room. You grab it on the way back instead. Even if you don't get it right away, you will. Just take some practice to get used to it. And you might have noticed I didn't plan out what to say at what time. I just kind of winged it, but hopefully it was okay. Da da dum, da dum da dum, ba ba dum, ba dum bum. A world fucking record in this category. I think that Simple's record, both in any percent and 100% Deathless, is... those records are kind of ridiculous. I mean, he's way ahead of JN even in 100%. And the record he got in any percent was ridiculously good too. My goal as of to now is to get 58 in any percent. That would be cool. But yeah, I think I'm done for now. Hopefully, as I said, it will help. And oops, sorry. I'm looking forward to your runs. So, thanks for stopping by tonight, everybody. And I'll see you some other day. Bye bye!